Hey, welcome to Lunch with Lee. Today we're talking about something that recently became more of an issue because with all the cold we're having, people are sending me a ton of pictures online through email, everything else, just basically asking, is this correct? Is this safe to use? And kind of newsflash, fireplaces are never 100% safe. So safe to use, is it safe to drive on the roads? Same kind of idea. But one of the things I've seen consistently now is there are a lot of houses where originally the fireplace, when it was built, had a hearth. A hearth is area right in front of the fireplace where if a log rolled off or something hot rolled off, it would roll onto something non-combustible. And people have removed the flooring and put in combustible floors. I am going to show you a picture of something someone sent to me. There you go, which is right in front of the fireplace is now a composite floor. Composite floors are flammable. So not correct, not to code. If something went wrong, it's going to go really, really wrong. So I've seen it with wood floors. I've seen it, and it doesn't have to be tile. It needs to be non-combustible, which originally the tile that's on the side of this fireplace was probably on the floor as well. But it could be tile, it could be brick, it could be stone, anything non-combustible. It could be stucco. Anything non-combustible is what it has to be. And I'm seeing more and more wooden floors, composite floors. They do make a tile that looks like wood that's acceptable. It's just kind of tricky because anybody who sees it is going to say it's wrong when it's actually right. But understand this area right in front of the fireplace should be non-combustible. It's called the hearth. It can be a raised hearth where you like sit on it, or it can be flat with the floor, but it should be non-combustible. Now, there are some gas-only fireplaces that don't have to have, that can have combustible hearths. But that's when we come into me saying, send me a picture. I need to look up the make and model. But any wood-burning fireplace, especially, and 99% of all gas fireplaces need a non-combustible hearth. So be aware that's going on there. Just make sure, have your fireplace inspected by someone really good. Not by some random person who's just messaging you on Facebook. That's happened recently too. And I'm going to put out in a little bit, kind of, once again, a video on how to pick a chimney guy. What questions do I ask somebody where I know if they're good or bad? Because right now, because a lot of people were asking questions online, I'm trying to help as many as I can. We're getting a lot of people who are like messaging behind the scenes saying, oh, I can help you and I'm cheaper and I can be there today, tomorrow. But the reality is they have no education or very little, or what they think is correct is not, but they don't have insurance. They're even telling customers, because I had a conversation with one of them today. Yes, I am licensed and insured. And the next question is, cool, who licenses you? And in this case, they said the National Fireplace Institute, which they do have certifications. And I asked them, what certification do you have through them? They're like, oh, the one for chimney sweeping and repairs. And the reality is they don't even have a certification for that. There's gas, there is pellet, and there is wood. And there's one that's like the master hearth. That's all of them put together. But there's no like chimney sweeping. That's more for installs. And then when I said, oh, I don't see you even on their website, the next response was, oh, it's the Chimney Safety Institute of America. Went to their website, didn't find them there either. And then he stopped replying. So be aware, there's a lot of people that say they know what they're doing. There's a lot of people that say they have insurance. There's a lot of people that say they have licensing, which doesn't exist, or they say they have certifications. They don't. So I'll put out a video in a little bit about how to pick an actual chimney company. And let's actually, and make it out tomorrow, but let's make sure we're asking the right questions so you don't get taken advantage of. Or you can call us. You can have a virtual with me or ask a question, even in like the comments. I'll help as much as I can to, if it's, I can do the research for you in some cases. So be careful out there with the cold. Everybody is trying to get in your pockets, and they all are experts and everybody knows, when in fact they don't. It's much harder to be really good at this. Is much harder than just a weekend course. So that's why we have people who travel in to train with us. we had a company in just yesterday. Hey, Jared, who came in just to see how we ran things, to do everything else. Not because we're perfect, because we're not, but you really have to know what you're doing. You can't just roll it out there and think that because I can clean air conditioning ducts or dryer vents or anything else, which we clean dryer vents as well, but that you know how to do chimneys. It's a very, very different thing. It's fire, and bad things can happen. So that's it for today. Please like it, share it. We want to help as many people as possible, and we will see you next time. Thanks.